Thank you for that. Um, you have a notoriously small bladder. Always have. Some personal talk here. A little bit of a girly bladder. Like girls are like, "Hey, that's not right." uh, but if I get on YouTube and stay on there for a little while, then I won't be able to take a break. I'm vulnerably applying to be a sub. You're vulnerably. Matt, try to spell English for me, man. You trying to get crazy, ese? Don't you know I'm loco? All right. Oh, I did. I put it on there. Thanks, Crazy. Crazy Cat Lady is with me already. I didn't even realize I hit the button. Thanks, people. It's Atheist Underground. And the camera's facing in a different direction. I think you get to look at my fucking laundry on the hill there. But, we are on TikTok. And we're going to do both for a while. I'm going to stay on both and try to do this like I did for a while to try to get some folks transitioning because, I got to get my shit on YouTube more. Um, and mostly because I'm getting kicked off of TikTok. I can't really say what I want on TikTok. Sooner or later, I offend a snowflake and I get my ass kicked off. And my plan has been to, do more of a right wing watchdoggery kind of thing on YouTube, so that when I get into the news and I rant against the crazy shit that I see on the news in terms of right wing Christian craziness, it tends to get me kicked off. The shit I end up saying tends to get me kicked off. So, maybe we do a different sort of thing on TikTok where, we try to watch it a little bit. The YouTube is thank you, DJ Do. It's also Atheist Underground, and it's up right now. And it's just me and the cat lady. But if you guys, if a bunch of you flip over, I'll get off of this one too. I like George Conway. You know what? I don't really know a lot about how he thinks. The Republicans to me are just, I can't really get behind their platform in any kind of way until they change significantly. But I do think they need that kind of Lincoln Project style thing, where at least they can defend their critical thinking. Hey, Bohemian, thank you. Hey, my girl's there. Awesome. Yeah, you can't tap what. Thank you. I know. I'm going to come there, and then you can tap me over and over, baby. So when I be ready for that, when I show up in, always after I go to Copenhagen and slap that bitch prime minister in the face. So now I'm starting to say shit that's gonna get me kicked off. But yeah, Forest Green, DJ Do, Bitte, join me on YouTube. That's right. I've opened up the YouTube here. We are here on YouTube. You guys, please come on over if you want to continue to hang out, because I'm going to turn off the TikTok in a little while. Part of the issue was I could never concentrate on both. You guys remember that when he used to do that? Because producer Jay, who doesn't come around anymore, got too busy to help me. He used to organize that, and at some point I couldn't pay attention, and anybody that was watching on YouTube, sooner or later went away. But it seems. What's up, Sherlock? We're about to go on YouTube, man. Look for me on YouTube. It's Atheist Underground on YouTube. You guys are still joining. I'll leave this open so to get some of the new joiners on here for a while, but let's see who's here, and start getting the chat up, because I do want to start ranting again at some point about all of the bullshit that we have to put up in this world. So, if you had to guess, what do you think Trump's mugshot is saying? I don't know. I was watching a lot of commentary on that. If he's obviously mad, and I think he's really mad. But was he trying to express that he's going to fight it, or was he just reacting, naturally, and he couldn't help himself? And there's a lot of talk around. We'll never know, But the fact is that they can use that. They'll be able to use that to rile up his base. They'll show him, righteously angry at his mugshot because he knows it's an unjust charge. He just can't believe it's happening to him. He knows he's criminal as hell. He knows it, man. What the fuck? That, like I said, they have him on the phone trying to change election results and trying to pressure people to help him do it. And all the ones that were in on it with him are up there with their mugshots too. It was like there was more people in that mugshot than there was at the fucking debate. There's more Republicans up for charges to help Trump, for helping Trump try to overthrow democracy than there are at the debate running for president. Was there any overlap there? I didn't see if any of those people were in the same picture. Nikki Haley or somebody. Who's the Indian cat, man? They took him to task, didn't they? He's like an Indian guy who's a millionaire or something, a zillionaire, and but he wouldn't get off. He's just Trump, Trump, Trump. He's just Trumpy as hell. And even Nikki Haley had to be like, you know what, Jack, you don't know shit about foreign policy, and it shows, right? But I only saw the blur. I don't know. Thank you. Yes. Yeah, if you're just joining us, jump on over to YouTube so we can transition. I've been meaning to just pick a story each day so I can do the weekend review kind of thing on YouTube. But until I get some more interaction from the people, maybe just have a couple of people coming on YouTube. Remember the Russian guy? We can get him back, and he would comment in Russian, and I'd have to go translate. Can't read that alphabet yet, my friends. It gets easier though, right? The more we see Russian, the more it kind of sticks. But yeah, I'll give it a few more minutes on the TikTok, and then we'll just go for it. On YouTube, I wanted to see what the hell else is going on the. Let's open this new window here. I'm going to move that to a new window. Keep that up like that so I can look at my shit here. Oops. Reddit. There we go. I read it on Reddit. So here's a guy. What do you do if you're in this situation? Here's a guy who is getting married, and his parents are making his sister rescind her coming out. She came out as gay, and they're making her rescind it at church and putting her up in front of a mega church with like 1,000 people in the audience and having them pray for her. And while they make her rescind, and these people they're planning on disinviting to their wedding everybody who participates in this shunning. They're completely on the right side of this, and they're trying to stand up for this young lesbian who was outed by her father when her father, kind of invaded her privacy by looking at what she was, search history kind of excuse. It's like at some point, when do you let a 15, 16-year-old, and we don't really know. I don't think we know how old this kid is to really say. But at some point, when do you as a parent respect a kid's privacy when they're this, essentially old enough to make up their minds about what they want? In a lot of ways, when you're 15, 16, I don't know. I have an issue with that kind of invasion of an adolescent's private space. Unless you've got a real reason to think that they're in danger. That's a rough one for me. So these people are looking for advice, I think, on like how to deal with it. But that's a hell of a phenomenon. That's a hell of a thing, right? Yeah. Are you not modded here? Let's see. Add a moderator. That was easy. Managing. It can manage blocked words and change chat modes in live, and also has this little managing moderator. I guess that's the top one. So there you are. There you go. Yeah, we're on YouTube now. You can find the link in the bio. Thanks for pinning that, Joy. And we're going to start letting it go over here in a few minutes. Scott, we're on YouTube, and we're about to blast off. If you're joining us, if you're new, take it easy, Forest Green. Appreciate you, man. I know there's a lot of crossover. Do people not use YouTube who use TikTok? Do people not use TikTok who use YouTube? Man, I don't know. I don't really know. But thank you for being here, all four of you. Appreciate it. Little by little, we'll do this. And like I said, I wanted to get maybe like a Friday night freight car. Maybe I'll choose a different time, so I'm not committing 4 hours to going live on a Sunday morning. It's really my only day off. I need a minute. I need a minute to do some shit. But where going my top is here. Oh. A coworker said he would pray for something bad to happen to me to make me believe in God. Now that's rough, right? What about that? When Christians are so desperate to make you a Christian that they pray for you to have a life-altering shit event, right? They want you to get, and they the examples here are of a disease that can't be cured only by can only be cured by God. Who the isn't that like in the past was that was every disease, right? And now we have medicine, and we can help ourselves out of these situations. This person wants to make sure that this person gets a disease that can't be cured yet. This is Christian love for you, folks. This is I don't know how people get it. In my day, it wasn't like that. Yeah, maybe Christians were like, but at least they got the turn the other cheek part. They got the live and let live part. They got they got all of that, and all that's just gone, isn't it? Thank you, Scott. I'm going to go ahead and blast off on this TikTok. I think it's going to be too much here to go back and forth. So thank you for joining me on TikTok. I love all of you. If you're not going to come over to YouTube, I will see you next Saturday. Before, if not before, on the vids. So, mommy, no, son, mommy. I'm about to go on YouTube. If you want to come on YouTube, and maybe my friends can help me figure out how to do that fancy stuff on YouTube. But we are leaving TikTok right now. You guys have a great day. All right. You know what the lag is on TikTok? You know, I do that. I always like wait because I figure like the last 30 seconds or something. If I hit the button right away, they're not going to see because there's a delay, so that they can avoid somebody doing something really actually bad on there. All right, we are gone from the dock. Someone told me that I was only an atheist because I didn't have enough tragedy in my life. If that's what it takes? What's up, Scott? Scott McCown. My guy, thanks for coming over. You're only an atheist because I don't have enough tragedy in my life. You could see that you could spin that the exact opposite way, couldn't you? You only think God is good because you've never had any tragedy in your life. What about the kid who never gets out from underneath the priest? What about that kid who prays every day that the abuse will stop? What about the kid who never has any food? What about the wife that gets beaten by her husband every day and prays to God to end the abuse? What about that? See, that's a big one for me. I can never sanction belief in a God that takes care of me and not my neighbor. What the fuck is better about me? Certainly nothing, except my looks. But I'm an asshole to a lot of people. I don't deserve any more charmed life than the guy who's been nothing but nice to people his whole life. I have to own the fact that my nature, my way, my propensity for making fun of shit has hurt people's feelings. And when I was younger, I did it with regularity and didn't care at all. And now I really try to mitigate that, but I can't change my stripes. So I just don't know. I don't know. I don't even know where I started that fucking particular rant. The tragedy thing. It's like, okay, yeah. If you need if a bad thing happens in your life makes you think that there's a benevolent God out there, then you need your fucking head checked. Who's that stupid? Because you're so desperate, you drop to your knees and you pray to an unseen being. That's what means that God is real to this person. This is the quality of thinking. This is the level of critical skills in America. All right, I'm shutting off the phone quick now, and I'll check that a little bit later. But yeah, I've never understood that. That's a deep disconnect for me. And when I was going through cancer therapy, I would read the stuff that former patients would send letters, and sometimes they'd get framed and put on the wall. And somebody wrote like a note that they were so reminded of God's love and beauty by their experience going through cancer. And I'm just thinking to myself, what a dick that this God is, that he could literally give someone cancer and then affect their mind to the point where they would still worship him. How do you get there? If you're going to blame something on God, then blame the cancer on God. That's what God did. Science cured the cancer because 100 years ago, I'd already be dead from what I had. And 50 years ago, I'd be dead. And 20 years ago, I'd be, I'd be shit in a bag today and hoping that it didn't spread. It's just the medical advances alone. If that doesn't equate to no God for you. You have to accept the fact that God loved killing us at a rate geometrically greater than that of today, simply 150 years ago, before the advent of modern chemistry and medicine. You have to believe that God loves people better today. That somehow he's not as interested in carrying off half of our children before they reach the age of 5, because we know how to keep them right. Yeah, the no atheists in foxholes are man, there's like literally no religions in foxholes, because those people are paying attention to the moment and they're fighting. Like when they asked Captain Sullenberger, I remember Sully. Remember when he flew a plane into the Hudson and landed it perfectly, like it was a fucking parking lot. Remember when he did that? Was that God doing that? Katie Couric asked him, "Were you praying?" He basically laughed at her. He said, "No, I was flying a plane." What are you talking about? Left to God, that plane would be at the bottom of the Hudson or smashed into the side of the building. Anything. Anything that gets done is because we did it. But anyway, can we talk about Denmark? What the fuck? When you bend over to fucking terrorists, is it never going to end? What are they going to insist on next? Should I call up Denmark and say, hey, I want Greenland, or I'm going to come bomb the fucking subway in Copenhagen? Give me Greenland right now. Sign it over to me. Why anyone would want it, I don't know. Why don't they fucking send the Muslims there? Right? It's like, you guys are welcome in Greenland. Here's your fucking part. You guys are welcome in Denmark. We love you. We want you. You know, you get all the rights of a Danish citizen. Here's the land we got left for you fucking assholes. Let them live on a fucking rocky piece of outcropping in the North Atlantic for a while, having to fight for blubber meat. Problem is the Inuits don't want anything to do with those assholes either, right? You'd be on the end of a fucking harpoon trying to pull that shit. You know? Oh, God. But yeah, I don't. That's really disappointing. And is Sweden going to have to do the same thing? I mean, who's going to step up? Who's going to step up? Like I was saying before, it's like, no. They're starting to make headway here. They're playing the fucking Adon in Hamtramck, Michigan. If you go there, you have to hear the fucking call to worship every day in the public arena. And the city council was able to remove a council member who flew the LGBTQ flag. So don't get me wrong. Don't get me wrong. The Muslims are making ugly headway in some certain ways, but I really don't think, just like we're probably not going to outlaw the burqa here, we're not going to outlaw burning Korans either, you know. And I could do that now. I'm on YouTube now, right? Who's gonna join? Is anybody else gonna come on board? And how do I get a guest? Yeah, I should. Well, I only have a few of you on. I should see if you guys can help me. Like, how do you add somebody as a guest here? Can you? Participants. No. Toggle moderation, pop out chat, toggle timestamps. Like, can somebody else? What's this plus? Start a Q&A, start a poll. Trump wanted to trade Puerto Rico for Greenland. Has he never fucking been to either place? What could he possibly want from Greenland that we don't have already from Greenland? Pretty sure if we need something from Greenland, we just ask and we'll get it. What? Is that true? Puerto Rico's fucking awesome. If you like 30% crime and 28% unemployment, Puerto Rico's fucking great. One of the most bioluminescent places on the planet is Puerto Rico. Little known. Puerto Rico's got a lot to recommend it, and I love Puerto Rico. I would, I don't know, would trade Puerto Rico for Greenland. And why would Denmark do that? Denmark instantly becomes like the smallest country in the world if they give up Denmark in terms of land mass, right? Like if Denmark, they'd be like Rhode Island. Poor Denmark. Trivia question: where was the original Zealand? I did see that trivia question, right? That's fucking. I know I brought that up, I think, the other day. What can you guys believe? that we won the trivia contest? Which religion should I pretend to be? Oh, when the J Dubs come? Why did you tell them that you were an atheist? Okay, is this a concern? You get the J Dubs coming to your door and you tell them you're an atheist. Is that a mistake because they're never going to leave you alone? Then they're like, okay, now we got the guy that we need to help. We need to convince. So this person is asking, should we like fake it? You know, be like, we're Catholic, you know, just so that you know they think you already got your lane. But if you're an atheist, they're going to keep on coming back and trying to save you. So now this person thinks they're leaning towards Pastafarianism. But what would you tell them? I don't know. I like arguing with them, so I'd probably tell them I'm an atheist. The J Dubs. What's a good way to respond to I'm praying for you comments? What do you guys say? Is there oil in Greenland? Is there a lot of oil in Greenland that somehow Denmark hasn't taken advantage of yet? What? What are we talking about? Maybe there is. I don't know. What an idiot. The guy's like not qualified. That's a great thing about Trump. He's literally not qualified to do anything. He's not educated. He's not good. He doesn't have any. The only thing he's good at is taking advantage of people. Yeah, this one you can't read, man, but because I'm not going to pay for the Esquire, but persecution in the name of the Lord. Publicly funded Christian colleges and universities across the U.S. have long exploited a legal loophole to control and discriminate against LGBTQ plus students with impunity, inflicting financial pain. And yeah, I can't. Oh, wait, let me read it this time. What do you know? How'd that work? Maybe if you try long enough. Man, that's too much. I'm not going to read it to you. I'm just running down I read it on Reddit shit today. What are the hot ones? Saying shit. Theist says God showed him by giving Stephen Hawking's ALS. That was God's punishment. That's nice. Oh, a Catholic priest complains they are becoming a minority and being attacked. No. Oh, isn't that awful? I wonder what his rights are that he's having taken away. Oh, I still don't have any sound. Oh, I couldn't connect my damn sound. I'll have to look at that later. It would appear that I fucking used up my rants, didn't I? But that's all right. Like I said, I think I'll probably do this on Friday night, in general, and get the 2 days going again that day with one day saved for YouTube where we can really say what's on our mind. Somebody's mom told them they had to pick a religion. Now, what the fuck is that about here? This happened years ago, but it came up with a conversation about it. I was talking to her and something about my atheism came up. I never bothered to hide that I'm atheist, so I thought they all knew, but apparently mom didn't know. She lost her mind at me and said roughly, you have to pick a religion or else you're going to hell. All right. She called herself a Buddhist, wasn't even a Christian, believed in hell. But is this like a thing? Do you guys, I know probably in Denmark you don't, but I did a video a long time ago about you have to believe in something kind of phenomenon. What the fuck is that about, man? People are so much more comfortable with your belief in a different deity as long as you believe in something. And I think it's because it validates their fantasy life. If everybody has a fantasy life, but the people who out and out say it's just not real, that really shakes their paradigm. I think that's probably what that is about. But yeah, that's messed up. A good way to keep missionaries. Dress up as Halloween? Boring. You know, not a lot going on. Sometimes YouTube. Oh yeah, this is the great thing. A MAGA preacher. That the trial, Trump's trial in Georgia, is going to bring evidence of the election fraud. That's where these people are at now. And again, I can't hear it because I got no fucking sound, and I'm not prepared. MAGA hate preacher who kept predicting that Trump would win in 2020 now claims God will use Trump's Georgia trial to bring evidence of election fraud. The devil went down to try to steal the soul of a nation. They're going to wish they never did that. Wish they thought that they could do. God, people are dumb. Come save me, somebody, can you? Telling you're a Satanist is the best way to discourage them. Oh, yeah, just hanging a pentagram on your door. Yeah, that's a good idea. That's a good idea. Like smear some blood, make it with blood, and then have like a goat head out there. A lot of goat conversation today. We'll get back to the birria. Goat hadas. Such an insane thing to say you need Jesus. Agatera says Fannie Willis, Jack Smith, Alvin Bragg, Merrick Garland, Adam Schiff, and Katie Hobbs. All enemies of people because they dare to challenge the Lord's anointed, Trump. Imagine God being real and then picking Trump as his anointed. What if God was real? Wouldn't he pick like I don't know, somebody like well-formed and smart? Wouldn't he pick like I don't even know who, but like like a really like a triathlete with a medical degree? Wouldn't you like? What are we talking about? A guy who's demonstrably and verifiably a criminal and a womanizer and a cheapskate and a liar. Oh, in Afghanistan, they've banned women from a national park. What the fuck? The fucking Taliban have banned women from visiting Band-e-Amir National Park in Bamiyan province. Afghan's acting minister of virtue and vice. They have a minister of virtue and vice in Afghanistan. Now that's your cabinet position. At least we don't got that in America. Who would be America's minister of cabinet of virtue and vice? Who would be America's secretary? Would be a minister. England can have a minister of virtue and vice. That should probably be what Boris Johnson is in England, right? He sounds like the guy. He could be the minister because he dabbles in both, right? That's what you need. You need somebody experienced in both virtue and vice, right? To be the minister of virtue and vice. If you've got no experience in vice, how do you do that? What a joke. Afghanistan. Just when you think people couldn't get any stupider, Afghanistan has a minister of virtue and vice, Mohammed Khalid Hanafi. He called on religious clerics. Said women had not been observing hijab. Oh, that's why. He's banning all women because some of them went in there without their hijab. Sounds like a hijab to me. He called on religious clerics and security agencies to forbid women from entering until a solution was found. Band-e-Amir is a significant tourist attraction, becoming Afghanistan's first national park. In 2009, it is a popular destination for families, and the ban on women attending will prevent many from being able to enjoy the park. UNESCO describes the park as a naturally created group of lakes with special geological formations and structure, as well as natural and unique beauty. However, Mr. Hanafi said going to the park to sightsee was not obligatory. Why would it be obligatory? Nobody has to go to it. I mean, that would be something that you could see them doing. You have to go. Make your pilgrimage to the park. Religious clerics in Bamiyan said the women who were visiting the park and not following the rules were visitors to the area, not locals who would know better, assumedly. These are complaints about lack of a job or bad hijab. Bad hijab. Who decides? It's a very bad hijab. Very bad. You can see the seam work there. The hem is uneven. The color is off. Bad hijab. You go to hell. Syed Nasrullah Wayezi, the head of the Bamiyan Shia Ulema Council. The Bamiyan Shia Ulema Council told Tolo, not YOLO News, Tolo. Afghan former MP Mariam Solaimankhil shared a poem she had written on Twitter. It says X. Jesus Christ. About the ban and wrote, "We'll return. I'm sure of it." And fuck Elon Musk. Can I just throw that in there? Fuck Elon Musk. What a dick. You know what? He's a smart guy. But he's going to take Twitter and change the name to X. You just sound like a punk, man. You're just being a little bitch. What the hell? Nobody wants to call it X. It's not even thoughtful. Wrote, "Will return. The women will return." This is in the poem she wrote on Twitter, assuring that they would return. Fareshta Abbasi of Human Rights Watch noted that women had been banned from visiting the park on Women's Equality Day. Leave it to the Taliban, man. It's Women's Equality Day. Let's ban them from the national park today. All they're going to do is promote homosexuality, right? Now all the homos will meet in the park anywhere and be like, yes, it's all for us now. Because who else is going to go? Like it says, your families can't go. You're not going to take your kids if mom has to stay home? What the actual fuck? The Taliban is so fucking stupid. Riding around in the back of the Jeep beating people up for not having a beard. How fucking embarrassing. How late do we have to live? How long do we have to march forward into history before stupid shit like that goes away? What are we talking about? It's 2023. We should be able to spread the whatever people want around the world as far as advancing their culture and civilization in any kind of way we can, as long as they're okay with it, but there's no more beauty salons in hair and beauty salons across Afghanistan will close in the coming weeks. The Taliban has closed hair and beauty salons. That's probably real good for the economy. Now Afghan women are barred from classrooms, gyms, and parks. We just talked about the parks. They're banned from classrooms, they're banned from gyms, and they're banned from getting their hair and their eyes done. Yeah, the owner of this one salon is the breadwinner for the family and is just out of work now. That's just fucking sad. We're living in a world where a government is freely taking away women's rights on this scale. Oh, Musk has a trans kid that he's dead naming? I didn't know that. You can see a strand of hair in that. Yes, in the burqa. Yeah, glad we fought for so long, right? And how many guys died? Atheist Pat Tillman, famously marked by his own troops, probably for being an atheist. And what did we leave them? We left them literally in a shittier position than they were in. Jesus would pick Bernie just because he's a Jew. He's going to fight for the Jew. What the fuck? Of course. Well, Dean, we were talking about that earlier on the other show, Dean. And thank you, Dean Trump, for joining. I'll give you guys toots. just like the other show, for being here. They don't care. They want to change Jesus' message. They're rebelling against the Sermon on the Mount because apparently they'd never heard that before, which is no real surprise. But now when people tell Christians to turn the other cheek, they just deny that that's a tenet of Christianity. That's weak. We don't do that. They're the evangelicals who are behind the Christian nationalism and the Christo fascism are literally they understand that it's no good, and they're just gonna change it. If Christianity survives in some kind of form in the future, it'll be this militaristic, weird arms cult where Jesus is riding a dinosaur with a fucking shotgun or a saddle full of weapons. Aladdin is very active on YouTube. All his accounts on TikTok. Who's Aladdin? Oh, Aladdin. Yeah, our guy. Yeah, what's up? I don't know how to go live. Can anyone tell me how to go live with someone else? Studio? No. Yeah, who knows about the trans daughter? She's still living off his millions. You know what I mean? There's a lot there. There's a lot to unpack there. Because if she's still letting him pay for her life, then who is she to say what the fuck he can call her anything he wants? Yeah, we don't really know. I don't really know what's going on there. Yeah, I don't think Elon Musk is the right guy, probably to be, currying favor among the LGBT community for his compassion and his empathy. But this is just so sad. Afghanistan, it's really, it really breaks my heart. It makes me want to cry. I've been praying so hard. I've done everything right, yet there's always some loophole that I'm the reason it's not working, right? I mean, it's easy for them to say that, right? Prayer. God always answers prayers, right? Yes, no, or wait. Right? But no matter what you say, you've been praying so hard, you've been righteous, no matter what you say, they've got a reason that it's not working for you. But it will work if that's, God hears you and he is answering. You're not reading the answer right, and you're not patient enough to look for how and when the answer might actually come. Oh, here it is. Afghan Taliban intensifies clampdown on music. All right, they're killing music. Members of the Taliban morality police stand beside a bonfire of musical instruments and equipment. They're musical instruments? How are the instruments? How are they evil? How are they bad? Yeah, no, thanks. Thank you. No. Oh, Radio Free Europe. All right, maybe I should have said yes. Now the militant group is intensifying its clampdown on Afghans playing and listening to music, which it considers un-Islamic. In the western city of Herat, members of the Taliban's morality police, a huge bonfire. How many of the morality police you think are the most disgustingly amoral people in the fucking universe? How you think those are the people that go home and party with little boys and little girls at the end of the day, at the end of their shift, terrorizing other people for being immoral? They go and they do whatever they want because they're protected. If the Taliban stops you at a security checkpoint, they look at the radio to see what you've been listening to. Adding that the militants confiscate MP3 players and thumb drives containing. Can you imagine this? How do you not find your way out of Afghanistan? I guess it's just not that easy. You need money and you need a way to get to the airport, I guess. But holy shit, why would anybody stay there? Yeah, maybe I'll look for a lad night. Yeah, I have to start figuring out how to do this. Engage with your audience. Start a poll. I wonder if you just in the beginning you have to start it different, maybe. No idea. No idea. But I appreciate you guys. This is for you hanging out with me and letting this thing get started. It's already been 40 minutes that this has been on, so um, I appreciate it. And we start doing it with some regularity, and maybe we'll start getting some people back on the YouTube, and we can grow this because the end is in sight for the tech. I mean, I love it, and I'm going to keep doing it. But I'm worried that it's sooner or later I'm going to run afoul of the wrong people. They're going to take it right off the air. But I really do want to get to 100,000 followers and a million likes, which the million likes will come sooner or later. But that's my issue, isn't it? I'm one of those guys. It's easier to be universally popular when you don't piss off half the people that turn you on, and that's I think clearly, some of my colleagues in TikTok, in atheist TikTok, have done a better job of striking that balance than I have, because I think I'm more of a, you don't like the way I snark, or you really don't. And there's plenty of atheists and liberal folk who don't like the way that I do business, and I don't really give a fuck, because I'm too old for that shit anymore. Ask someone who's part of the ACA. Nah, I don't talk to anybody. The only guy I know is Matt, and he's not in there anymore. So they had their breakup. Pretty sure. I understand Bohemian. Yeah, no, Jesus. Jesus was a socialist. He would have certainly, not voted for AOC, right? Yeah, that you can just keep on your comment. You can just write a paragraph if you want. That's true, Lucy. You're really right about that. I think there's a lot of things to recommend it, and are people live on the gram, on Instagram? I know I've seen um, Eve and Rachel. I want to say Eve was framed, and Rachel and I blame Bill going live on Instagram too. I think Instagram is really like starving to catch up, so I probably tried doing that at some point too. Maybe I'll go live on Instagram remotely, maybe do different things that way. So if you got ideas, on bits that you'd like to see, anything you'd like me to do, let me know. You guys are my stalwarts, so I appreciate it. Appreciate you hanging out, and I appreciate your input. And if you can think of anything to separate these, make this one more about news and rants. The TikTok, whatever, more conversational and fun. And the Instagram, maybe, I don't know, do it live from church signs, do it out in the street. Trying to think of ways to expand the brand here, because I really do want to get out of what I'm doing, which is why I applied to be communications director at American Atheists. And if that works out, it would be fucking great. I was really start traveling around the world, man, bringing the message, bringing the better news of atheism to the people. So you've only ever gone live on Twitch. Don't know what Twitch is. Did I start a Twitch? Started it when I thought I was going to get banned. I started Clapper. Was it Clapper? The TikTok competitor, but I never needed it because I didn't get banned. So I sort of let it. I just let it hang there and never did anything with it. I have Milwaukee Atheists. If you guys don't know Milwaukee Atheists, check them out on YouTube. He's my guy Lawrence Yufa, a remarkably smart young man who's Russian, born in Russia, and kind of a glasnost Jew baby. Really is what it amounts to. And he's spent his whole life here, and now he's 25, 26, or 28 or something. And then he does a lot with R and Ra, because they both are really into breaking down Bible stories, and he investigates theology in the New and Old Testament, and just kind of studies, what the truth behind the texts, where they came from, who actually wrote them, what they were actually for, all that stuff, which is nice for a minute for me, but that's not my bit. I find it interesting. For a short-term conversation, I could never dedicate a YouTube channel to it. But for people who are into biblical scholarship, it's a remarkable show, and the guy does crazy stuff. He's learned ancient Greek and Aramaic just so that he can study better the original text. He's really into it. It's Milwaukee Atheists, Lawrence Yufa. So check him out. I can ask him what the point of all this. I can ask him how he does it. But he's got like a guy with a cameraman, in a set in a desk, and another guy next to him with not just webcam, but like somebody set up the phone, and he's shooting them from out front like a newscast. So God, if I could get somebody to do that, it doesn't have to be in the same room. I think you can just like make that a little bit more of a panel style. But I'll look up Aladdin. I hadn't even thought of him because he did it. He disappeared, didn't he, from TikTok? Like a lot of people have, and like I'm worried that I'm going to. So yeah, at some point I'll check that out. But it's about 12:30. You guys, thank you for helping me get this started, and I will keep it up, and hopefully we can catch some more flies as we go here. Weeks go forward, but it's about 12:30 here in the old Midwest. I'm gonna go work on some videos and work on the board, work on a Christian board. My guy. I want to work on him a little bit, so they find a way to make that cross shine off the camera when I start putting that on and doing videos. I could do it now. I swear I could, and I just keep on. It's like peanuts, right? I keep on adding to the costume because I don't want to let it out before I get it. They add another piece, but I literally could. I could do a video now, so maybe I'll do that. Maybe I'll do it. I got to do some limericks, man. I get back on the limerick train, but lots of stuff coming up. Busy time of the year for me, and I appreciate all you guys. I love you so much. And thanks for hanging out. I'll see you next time. All right, love you guys. You got it. All right, but we mean you always want one last toot. Love you so much. Yes. See you later, guys. Love you. It has little jewels on it, little rhinestones that'll shine. Yay! I enjoy. Love you guys. I'll see you later.